Greg Simons. He's currently a researcher at the Institute for Russian and Eurasian Studies at Uppsala University. Good to have you back with us, Greg. Two high-ranking generals dismissed in the space of 1 month. How do you explain that? Do you think they were legitimately responsible for Russia's losses last year, or are they just scalps looking to be blamed?
No, well, I do think there are legitimate reasons for taking away these two particular ones. Well, you look at who they are and what they were doing. First of all, logistics. I mean, it's the lifeblood of any army, especially one that is engaged in war. If you do not have effective logistics, you do not have effective combat operations. So obviously this was lacking, and he was removed. The other general, Rustam Muradov, he seems to be a case where you have the politics of war. When you start having losses, that's bad for domestic politics with the Russian government. So something needs to be seen and done. And this, of course, contradicts the entire Western narrative that there is no care for the life of Russian soldiers. So there is obviously, they are keeping a check and a balance on the effectiveness or ineffectiveness of not only combat operations, but logistics, which supports those operations.
Meanwhile, the Ukrainian Defense Ministry has said it managed to shoot down more than a dozen Russian missiles that were aimed at Kiev itself. Do you think a lot of that has to do with the new Patriot missile defense system that Ukraine has recently acquired? Have Kiev's air defenses really been beefed up since then?
Well, 2 points there. One, the Patriot missile system proved itself wholly inadequate in the Gulf War. It could not shoot down slow-moving Scuds. So I would be very suspicious. I mean, this is why Israel has Iron Dome, because Patriot, even though they got a good brand, they got good publicity, they're not that effective. The second point, what is being said needs to be taken with a grain of salt, because quite a few public statements by not only the Russian Defense Ministry, but definitely the Ukrainian Defense Ministry as well, are on successes in the battlefield seem to be rather hyped up. And it's coming at a point in time, because this is important, when you've got international support for Ukraine starting to waver and flag a bit. So in this regard, they must be seen as still being an effective fighting force. Otherwise, this support for Ukraine from the West might actually decline further, not within the political circles, but within the public, which will put pressure on the politics of this war.
Okay, Greg Simons, we'll have to leave it there, but thank you so much, as always, for joining us.